So he weighs 140 grams. So still a good 100 grams below what it should be.
Wildlife biologist Sabina Wilhelm began investigating after disturbing reports. Dead Atlantic puffin chicks were showing up in the waters near the Witless Bay Ecological Reserve. And when she and her colleagues searched the burrows on the cliffsides where they breed, they found pufflings dead in their nests.
We're able to rule out that avian flu was not at play. And just based on the body mass and just picking up the dead chicks, there was just skin and bones. So essentially it was starvation.
The little pufflings starved to death because the adults couldn't catch enough of the key part of their diet, capelin. Warming oceans have driven those fish deeper for their own self-preservation.
They're not accessible to the puffins anymore because they can't dive that deep.
That affects more than just seabirds. Capelin is also the main food for whales, cod, and other species. Fisheries and Oceans Canada allows a commercial fishery of capelin, even though it deems it to be in the critical zone. It's been controversial for decades because markets just want the eggs of spawning females for caviar. Joe O'Brien has been bringing tourists to these islands to see birds and whales for 4 decades. He thinks the capelin fishery should be stopped.
The puffin is acting like a canary in a coal mine in the ocean because it's telling us that the ocean is under hell of a stress with global warming and changing temperatures and fighting for food.
Seabirds currently are facing what we would call definitely multiple, threats, so cumulative effects of various threats. And with certainly climate change.
Wilhelm says further monitoring is needed to figure out whether these deaths due to starvation were a one-off or part of a wider environmental trend. Chris O'Neill-Yates, CBC News, at the Witless Bay Ecological Reserve in Newfoundland.